Hello everybody, my name is Aaron aka AaronPullin'Teeth and welcome back to Fire Pro Wrestling's tournament Just Because. If you missed the last episode of this, I explained that while PTW is on a bit of a break, I still feel like I needed to get some of my Fire Pro fix in there, so I decided to do a tournament just because. And last episode had some absolute bangers in it, and hopefully this episode where we wrap up the tournament is going to be no different. So we got the semi-finals and the finals in this one, so let's just go. Let's just do this. We had bloody donkey punches, blood, spitting, everything in the last episode, so I'm curious where this is going to go. And we're starting off with what is technically like the current dream match. Like one of the biggest dream matches in the world right now, IRL. Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns. Of course, our referee, Ref Paul. Kenny says bang. That's what he plans to do. Put on a banger after banger after banger. Sorry, Sheamus. I still cannot believe that WWE let Sheamus and Drew McIntyre call themselves the Banger Bros for a while. That was brilliant. It's like the whole thing where they had Becky, Charlotte and Paige calling themselves the Submission Sorority. It's like a people like in WWE creative that oblivious to just the internet. It's like there's no way in hell that everybody in WWE doesn't watch porn. I guarantee there'll be people who do, and they'll have known, but then they wouldn't have wanted to say anything because they're like, oh, I don't want it to look bad and make everyone think that I watch this. It's like, just get rid of the taboo around it, for crying out loud. It's funny. The Banger Bros was hilarious. Super kick to the chin. Kenny off the ropes. Another double stomp to Roman's little midsection. Roman's little tummy. Sits him on top. Kenny gets headbutted for his troubles. Roman, hard-headed in multiple ways, decides not to dive though. Both men throwing lariats and missing, but Kenny super kick him again and into the sharpshooter. Because he's Canadian, he has to do a sharpshooter. It's like the rules. If you are a Canadian and you are a wrestler, you have to do some form of sharpshooter. I suppose only really like Edge and Christian didn't. I mean, Edge had his own variation. Was it the Educator? Which was kind of like a sharpshooter but not. And Christian did a cloverleaf, which is, again, similar-ish. Off the ropes and speared Roman already, calling it a night. 1, 2, but Kenny does survive. He took a spear, but he's still alive, and he's going for his biggest shot. Both men hitting their biggest move less than 5 minutes in. 2.9, Roman kicked out of the One-Winged Angel. This must be getting booked by WWE. A V-trigger just left Roman stunned, and he gets discus lariated and double stomped to the dick, that looked like. Can you imagine that? Full weight of someone coming down as a double stomp and just landing on your junk. Landing right on your groin. That would pop something, surely. You would not be walking for a long time. Roman just stole a super kick. Because why the hell not? Roman's watched the Usos do it for so long, he was like, you know, I could do that. Now guillotining Kenny. Every time I say Kenny, I think South Park. V-trigger again, and Roman again doesn't go down, but does get underhook pile driven. Many people probably do want to pile drive these men. Again, like I said in the last episode, just go on Tumblr. Yes, I do have a Tumblr account. No, I do not post fanfiction. But I do follow a lot of people who do. Because most of them are actually really cool people. Just some of the things that go out, it's like, oh my god. You know, each to their own. When you're not hurting anybody, who gives a shit? Brutal headbutt and almost got the victory there. Roman, good god, I don't even know what you call that. Double underhook suplex thing. A butterfly suplex? Yeah, butterfly suplex, that's the word. Dropkick from Kenny, goes back to his Canadian heritage with a sharpshooter. But Roman far too close to the ropes. Kenny goes behind, he's thinking One-Winged Angel again. 1, 2, Final Fantasy rules over the Roman Empire tonight. Kenny puts away Roman Reigns. And my God, I was somewhat not expecting Kenny to make it this far. I know it sounds weird, but look at the people he's come up against. Give a good Bryan Danielson and Roman Reigns back to back. Kenny usually falls in these environments in this game. But apparently he's on form today. I'm looking forward to this one. Kenji Muto versus Gunter. If you saw the last episode, Muto kind of just destroyed Batman. Bit a hole in his mask, then bit a hole in his head. Sprayed mist into it and Frankensteined him off the top. Dropping him right on his pointy little head and then pinning him. Gunter and Vegeta had one of the most hard-hitting matches I have ever seen in Fire Pro. Damn near killed each other. Some of the most brutal strikes and lariats like ever. This could be interesting. If there's damage retention, which I'm not sure how this game manages that sort of thing, if it does have damage retention, then Gunter took a hell of a lot more of a beating than Muta did. Let's see though. Are they on equal footing or is Gunter already battered? Ref Paul rings a bell and here we go. Gunter already going for a suplex, getting dropped though. Gunter just kicking him in the back of the neck, because why wouldn't you kick someone in the neck? It's one way to win a fight. A bit of a brutal way to win a fight, but a way to win a fight. Multiple uppercuts, but gets slipped behind. Another snapmare. And another kick to the back of the neck. Gunter heard about donkey punches and decided to go for donkey kicks. And Gunter again goes for another super. This one actually connects. Sends Muta all the way to the floor. I don't know if this is going to be a slow build. Shitty little back suplex. Muta's already got a chair. Doesn't get a chance to use it and gets his nipples slapped. That's one way of doing it. Oh, good God. They both seem to just morph into a different dimension there for a second. Muta just grabbing as many weapons as he can from under the ring and putting them all in a little pile. Gunter grabs none of them and throws it back in the ring. The difference. Slapped in the nipples, gets snapped suplexed. Easy for me to say. This has been kind of like the steadiest match so far, I'm not going to lie. I expected a little bit more from the early going in this match, especially by the fact that by this point, Kenny and Roman had already hit like their finishes on each other. Look at the chops back and forth, you can hear that. Both these men have now got multiple handprints all over their chests. They're going to get some questions from their partners. And there's the bite. Is that the bite of 87? Something like that. Or is it 86? I don't know. Might be neither. Another chop to the chest. Trying to slap that chest hair off Muta. Gunter says he stinks.
5 minutes gone.
Nice little drop there. Both men taking a second on the mat. Gunter though. Gunter. Oh, he went for a powerbomb and got misted in the face for his troubles. Muta with a moonsault. Halfway across the ring. Covering it and nearly got the victory. You got to be extra careful when you're going against any sort of position with Muta, because he will just spray you in the face. That sounded so wrong. I heard it as it was coming out of my mouth. Again, that's probably a bad choice of phrase. And again, he sprays Gunter in the face. And another moonsault. 1, 2, and no! Gunter is still alive after my terrible face spray jokes. Oh, Emerald Flosion! I suppose if you want to try and beat Muta, take a move out of somebody who he knows quite well's repertoire, I guess. I'll pull in another Japanese legend's major moves. Gunter with the shitty splash. 1, 2. Almost the victory there. 2.9. Nice TNA kick. Oh, but chopped down multiple times. Rearranging his anatomy. His heart in his chest is swapping sides every time Gunter chops him. It's probably a medical miracle he's still alive, considering I've just said that. Multiple shots to the chin. Thrown across the ring into the corner again. Oh, another missed! How many does he have? How many of these mist capsules does Muta keep? I have no idea. Apparently all of them. He just has a million. Oh, Gunter! Power bomb! He got it that time! Stacks him up so high. That looked so wrong on so many levels. Alright, depending on who you ask. Is that a knife? I know we turn around and say that there is technically no rules here, but I'm pretty sure stabbing someone in the head multiple times with a knife is probably still pretty frowned upon. And again, well, apparently Ref Bull's just cool with it. I'm not surprised he's cool with it, to be honest. This is Deadpool. It's probably the tamest way he's seen something like this go. But Gunter somehow is not only still in the match, he's alive. Which is surprising, considering, again, he's just been stabbed in the head. There is blood everywhere. 1, 2. Oh, he kicked it out. And he went for another brutal forearm and then got sprayed in the face again. Muta knee drop to the spine. And just threw away a fork from the looks of it. And now these two are back to slapping each other so hard their nipples are swapping sides. Another big shot from Gunter. Muta back up to his feet and gets chopped again. Well, if it's working, it's working. Gunter has been stabbed in the head. So I suppose his game plan is not going to be quite what it was. And then he's being stabbed in the head again. Deadpool's treating this like it's a submission. I suppose you could give up to it. Again, missed it in the face. I don't know how many times he's pulled out that mist. But Gunter's fallen for it every time. I suppose there's not really a counter. How do you counter the mist? Oh, he didn't Nakamura counter it by like kissing him? Wrestling is so weird on so many levels. You gotta love it. There are phrases that you come out with that only make sense in the context of pro wrestling. You say them in other day-to-day lives, and people just look at you weird. People look at you weird anyway. Gunter with a diving crossbody and got the victory with it. Gunter has put in some amazing performances in this tournament just because. But that first match with Vegeta, brutality. That match with Kenji Muto, brutality. But that puts him in the final with Kenny Omega. I do not envy Gunter's path. I don't envy either of these guys' paths. Kenny took on Bryan Danielson and Roman Reigns in 2 good matches, but they weren't really brutal. Gunter's taking on Vegeta and Kenji Muto in 2 of the most brutal matches I have seen. Well, if there is damage retention, this should be pretty damn one-sided. Kenny should probably win this in like 30 seconds flat, but that is a big if. I suppose Gunter is not going to go down. Not without a fight. He's at least going to lay a handprint on Kenny's chest in this match. At the very least, he is going to chop Kenny so hard at least once that Kenny considers a change in career. Looks like we've patched Gunter up. He's no longer pouring blood from the head. It's amazing what our medical team in the back can do, considering he was stabbed multiple times in the head. The miracles of modern medicine. We can cure knife wounds in like 30 seconds. Either that or, you know, just cleaned him up and like, stuck a plaster on there and be like, oh, he'll be alright. And he's getting kneed in the face already. That's probably not good. And dropped on his neck. Kenny is not messing around. Double stomp. No. And there we go. There's the chop to the chest. I think it's caught with an atomic drop. Kenny shrugs. Off the ropes. A V-trigger. Drops Gunter. Gunter might be finished already. No, he's not. He's still in it. His wars with Vegeta and Kenji Muto have not put him out yet. But Kenny's dropping Gunter on his head multiple times. Goes behind, but Gunter snapmares out of it. I think they got a little bit upset in the last match when I said that Muta and Gunter's start of the match was a bit too slow. And, you know, it seemed to be a bit steady. By the end of it, they were literally trying to kill each other. Boston Crab there, but Kenny got out of it very quickly. Kenny's obviously more rested. His matches were still good, but they weren't as... Well, his first one with Bryan Danielson picked up a lot towards the end and was really great. But his match with Roman was a little underwhelming. And both of these men just hitting each other so hard, they both collapsed face first. And, oh, a brutal forearm in the corner. Atomic drop to the ding-ding. Goes behind but gets snapmared. Apparently you get your ding-ding dropped on someone's knee and your first response is snapmare. If you're Gunther anyway. Nice drop kick, AJ Styles-esque. Sorry, that's probably a traumatic memory there, Kenny, isn't it? Another chop to the nipples. Discus lariat. Kenny thinks double stomp. He's not pulling out the Million Phoenix splashes like he did against Danielson. Not yet, anyway. There's still time. Boston Crab. Gunther is like, fuck this shit. I'm going to bend you in half. You say so many things, like, in the context of wrestling that just sound like so kinky when you think about it. Moonsault. Thinking Moon Boy, perfectly connected. Kick to the ribs, Shining Wizard once again. Back up, and another double stomp. That looked like it was to the groin. Kenny's thrown a few of those here. And one, Winged Angel. 1, 2, good night, Irene. We had a feeling that Gunther was not going to be able to put up with much in this match after the beatings he'd taken all the way through this tournament. Kenny Omega, the best bout machine, has run through Bryan Danielson, Roman Reigns and Gunther and has won the tournament just because. And the final, the worst match of the entire tournament. But there's your victor. The tournament just because. Won by Kenny Omega. And that's going to do it, folks. So thank you everybody so much for joining me in this one. It's been a genuine pleasure as per usual. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill, all the fun stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.